What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I know that I am, because I am super pumped for this video that we're about to make. We're talking about none other than the Nifty 50. Now I will say this is Canon's version. You might have the Sony, but that's quite alright. Whatever works for you. And I'm super stoked on it, because this is one of my favorite lenses ever, so let's go ahead and break down why I love this lens so much. This lens so much is because it's so affordable. This lens is going to run you about $125, and compared to some of the other lenses I have, like the one I'm filming on right now, which costs me $1,200, a lens under 200 bucks is fantastic in my opinion. Now this specific 50mm is a 1.8 aperture range, which means you're going to be able to let in a whole bunch of light, which is super good if you need a high shutter speed. So I do some racing photography, especially in low light situations. The track gets really dark really fast, and those super harsh lights are not the greatest, but I'm able to drop it all the way down to that 1.8, which is giving me enough light to get my shutter speed also up higher. So if you're somebody that is in low light situations, or you're really using a high shutter speed, highly recommend this one. Now I will also say, if this can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what you're using it for, if you're somebody who's doing sports photography and you already have a cropped sensor, so you have a full frame or you have a crop sensor, the crop sensor is actually going to turn this 50mm into an 85mm because you times it by 1.6, so your 50 goes to an 85, which is good if you're like far away and you have that crop sensor, but there is a negative side effect to it. If you do have that crop sensor and you want a true 50mm, it's not going to be that for you. If you have a full frame, absolutely going to be a 50mm for you, but just keep that in mind. So when you go to buy something like this, if you want a 50mm and you have a crop sensor, it's not going to be for you. Now I'll also say the really good thing about this is it is so light. Like I can literally, you're probably freaking out that I'm throwing it, but it's super light. It fits so well in your camera bag. Like you can literally put that in a pocket, and your water bottle pocket can literally hold this. I mean, I wouldn't suggest it because it's not covered, but it could literally hold this. It's so tiny. Like if you compare it to a can, it's teeny tiny. I love that about this. Because like I was saying, the $1,200 lens is a 16-35, and that thing is massive. It takes the majority of my camera bag. Then I don't really have room for other lenses, but this one always fits in there. I absolutely love that feature about it. And like I said, it's super light, so it's not going to make your camera bag even more heavy with all the other gear you're holding. But yeah, when it comes to compact and light, I think this one is honestly the top tier. Now I will say another note on this is if you're a portrait photographer, or if you want to even just try portrait photography, this is fantastic because having that low 1.8 aperture range gives you so much bokeh. It's so good. It's so blurry. It just gives you that nice crisp, like if I am the center, my background is going to be non-existent. Like it's just going to be straight up blurry. I'm going to be the main focus of the picture, which you want, especially if you are doing portraits. But it is so good. But then I also wanted to note, since, again, it's a 1.8 and you're letting in all of that light, you can really keep your ISO down, and you're not going to get a super grainy picture if there's not enough light in the situation that you're in. I do night photography for my racing pictures, and this thing will let me get in just enough light to where I don't have to crank my ISO to where I look like I took it on a flip phone from a decade ago. It's so good. It's so affordable. If you are a beginner, if you are advanced, if you are in the middle of that, I cannot recommend this lens enough. Now I will say this is the EF version if you're shooting Canon. They do have an RF version now, which is going to be a little bit more expensive, but I still have a DSLR. I haven't jumped to the mirrorless game just yet, but so I would just keep that in mind if you're about to go buy this one. The EF version is the $125 one, and they've been really hard to find lately. I don't know if it's like a shortage with them, but if you see one online, I would absolutely go ahead and get it because, let me tell you, it took me a long time to find this bad boy. But that is going to wrap it up for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got some good information out of it. I hope that this helped you make a decision if you were thinking about getting the 50mm. Do it. I promise you won't regret it. Even if you do, you can sell the lens or you can rent it out and make some money back off it. I'm telling you, everybody should have the Nifty 50 in their camera bag, no matter the stage of photography you are at. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that thumbs up button for me, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you get all my post notifications, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.